Hey guys, so no need to be alarmed. A lot of these Scarlet and Violet booster boxes are back in stock on the Pokemon Center. You can see Paradox Rift up there as well as Scarlet and Violet base. And most importantly, Paldea Evolved is back in stock. For me, this wasn't a huge surprise for a couple of reasons. Obviously, Paldea Evolved, when we look at it, it's not even an old set yet. It's less than a year old. I actually expect Paldea Evolved to get reprinted, especially considering that the price of this is already moving up to about $110 a box. I think most people would agree that looking at the main sets of Scarlet and Violet, Paldea Evolved is probably the best set so far. Some people might say Temporal Forces, but I think most people agree Paldea Evolved is the best currently. So yeah, it's not even a year old. But then also, when you look at MSRP on the Pokemon Center, obviously this is in Canadian, but new MSRP is about 160, current market value around 110. So it didn't make sense that people were buying out the stock on the Pokemon Center. This kind of just seemed like Pokemon was probably moving around boxes to maybe distro, or maybe they were just organizing them in the warehouse, so they had to take down the listing for a little while. Whatever it was, it wasn't a huge concern that they were out of boxes. Again, just to remind you guys what Paldea Evolved looks like, you have the Magikarp up top, pushing $100 right now. So as you can see over the year, again, this thing's been on a tear, massive increase over the past month or so. It does seem like it's cooling off a bit, but a lot of people think this is the chase card so far in Scarlet and Violet. Rather, obviously, I don't think a lot of people think it will be the chase card by the end of it. But for right now, it's probably the best card in a lot of people's eyes. We also have the Iono at $75. The Trainer Gallery around $25. I believe these are playable cards as well, but the SIR is holding fairly decently. Raichu is pushing $24 at this point. Chin Pao, just a tiny bit behind. Super Rod as well. Tyranitar is almost $20, so this is something we should definitely keep our eyes on. Chuyu is almost $16. Then you have Boss's Order and a lot of really cool illustration and SIR cards in that $10 to $15 range. So you have Tinkaton, Skeledirge, you have Baxcalibur as well. This is actually a really cool card that I haven't paid too much attention to, but definitely some really interesting colors. Obviously I'm not a massive fan of the Pokemon, but definitely a cool artwork. You have Meowscarada down here, Fuecoco, obviously, starters and evolutions, Sprigatito as well, Tinkatuff. So, you have a lot of these really cool Heracross as well, stuff like that. So you have tons of really cool IR and SIR cards in Paldea Evolved. Obviously nothing huge. When I made my video saying that Paldea Evolved was underrated and we looked at card prices, I actually compared Paldea Evolved to Brilliant Stars just because the values of the top 10, 30, and 50 cards kind of lined up quite well. So if you think Brilliant Stars is going to do well long term, I think you should think that Paldea Evolved as well is going to do well long term. So, we're going to see. We're going to see what happens, obviously, over the next couple of years, and especially when Brilliant Stars sells out. But that's kind of how I feel about Paldea Evolved. I think it's going to be, somewhere between mid tier and, kind of the upper echelon, like BA tier, something around there. And I actually said that Paldea Evolved was criminally underrated. I think at this price point, it's starting to be fairly rated, especially considering it's probably going to cop a reprint. So I wouldn't be going out buying tons of boxes of Paldea Evolved at $110. But if you don't have any, definitely, I would still probably pick up a case even at this price just to get some exposure to it in the off chance it doesn't get a reprint. But I think it is likely to get a reprint. But even still, it's back in stock on the Pokemon Center along with Scarlet and Violet base as well as Paradox Rift. So all is right in the world currently. That's just a short update on Paldea Evolved. Hope you guys liked it. If you did, feel free to subscribe to the channel. If you're doing any shopping on eBay or Hobbiesville, affiliate links in the description. You know what to do. With that said, thank you so much for watching. Stay safe wherever you are in the world, and I'll catch you in the next one.